All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the definitive guide on how to become an absolute expert maintenance planner. We're going to unpack the exact blueprints you need to take chaotic plant operations and, well, transform them into perfectly orchestrated, highly efficient, and totally safe systems.
So to really get why this matters, let's just imagine a scenario for a second. What actually happens when maintenance isn't planned? Picture the floor of your facility. A critical pump suddenly goes down. You've got technicians literally just standing around waiting for instructions, right? Someone else is frantically digging through the storeroom for a spare part that, surprise, surprise, isn't even in stock. The permits aren't signed, production is ground to an absolute halt, and you are just burning money by the minute. It's a reactive nightmare. And honestly, curing that exact nightmare is exactly why a dedicated maintenance planner exists in the first place.
To get you to that expert level, our explainer today is broken down into 5 key steps. First, we'll cover the maintenance planner's role. Second, technical foundations and safety. Third, core planning and scheduling. Fourth, reliability and advanced strategies. And finally, number 5, your ultimate learning roadmap.
So, let's kick things off with Section 1, the maintenance planner's role, eliminating surprises before work begins. Now, I love this quote. The goal is to eliminate surprises during execution. That right there, that is your core mission in a nutshell. As the architect behind the work, your job is to make sure every single maintenance job is completely prepped long before a technician even thinks about picking up a wrench. At the end of the day, your success comes down to one simple question. Are your techs actually spending their time doing maintenance, or are they just waiting around for instructions, parts, or permits? To pull that off, you've got to take ownership of a very specific set of daily operations. We're talking about things like reviewing incoming work requests and actually going out to inspect the equipment yourself. From there, you're creating super detailed job plans, you're estimating labor hours, identifying every single tool they're going to need, and, this is huge, preparing those spare parts lists. You're also the one coordinating all the critical safety permits. Oh, and once the physical work is actually done, your job still isn't over. You've got to go in and update the computerized maintenance management system, the CMMS, so all that valuable data is locked in for the future.
All right, moving on to Section 2, technical foundations and safety, knowing the systems, protecting the people.
Here's the deal. You have to intimately understand every major system in your plant. So, say you're in a power plant. You've got to have a really solid working knowledge of pumps, valves, heat exchangers, turbines, compressors, boilers, the whole 9 yards. You need to know electrical motors, instrumentation, bearings, gearboxes, hydraulics. But listen, it's not just about pointing at a machine and knowing its name. You need to deeply understand exactly how they work, their specific failure modes, what the original equipment manufacturer actually recommends, and precisely how to inspect them.
Now, going right hand in hand with all that technical know-how is safety. And the absolute most crucial point here is that safety can't be an afterthought. It has to be baked into every single plan you write. You need absolute, total mastery over life-saving procedures, things like lockout-sagout, permit-to-work systems, confined space entry, and working at height. You have to make sure hot work and electrical isolation protocols are crystal clear in your job packages. For those of you in highly specialized fields, this even covers stuff like radiation safety. Basically, you are conducting a job safety analysis every single time you write a plan, because at the end of the day, everybody has to go home safe.
Which brings us to Section 3, core planning and scheduling, the how versus the when. You know, people mix these two concepts up all the time, but they are absolutely distinct disciplines. Planning, that dictates the what and the how. It's your job scope, your safety requirements, tools, drawings, spare parts, all of that. Scheduling, on the other hand, is the when. Scheduling takes those perfectly crafted plans and slots them into reality. It's about prepping the daily or weekly work, coordinating around production shutdowns, balancing your available manpower, and frankly, making some really tough calls to prioritize emergency work so you minimize the impact on production.
To really become an expert in scheduling, you're going to rely on some pretty powerful industry tools. You'll be using Gantt charts to visually track project timelines, for instance. You'll use the critical path method to figure out the absolute minimum time a job is going to take. And then, at the enterprise level, you'll be managing your backlog using advanced software, stuff like Primavera P6 or Microsoft Project, to make sure everything stays balanced and on track.
And we can't talk about planning without talking about spare parts. Managing spare parts is a massive piece of the puzzle here. I mean, think about it. The best plan in the world is completely useless if you don't actually have the part you need. You've got to master identifying critical spares, setting minimum and maximum stock levels, and nailing down accurate reorder points based on real lead time analysis. When you build accurate equipment bills of materials, or BOMs, and you actually manage your vendors well, you stop unnecessary downtime right in its tracks, and you can massively slash your inventory costs.
Let's step it up to Section 4, Reliability and Advanced Strategies, Preventing Failures and Analyzing Data.
Once you've got the basics down, everything centers around this one massive concept: reliability engineering. This is where you move from just reacting to things breaking and planning the fix to actually preventing those equipment failures before they ever happen. Truly great planners study and apply preventative and predictive maintenance. They dig deep into reliability-centered maintenance, they run failure modes and effects analysis, and they lead root cause analyses. The goal? To actively eliminate the root causes of failure. You're not just fixing the machine, you're fixing the reason it broke in the very first place.
Now, to pull off these advanced strategies, you absolutely have to become a power user in complex software systems. Whether your facility is running on SAP PM, IBM Maximo, Infor EAM, or Oracle EAM, the core capabilities you need to master are pretty much the same across the board. You need to be able to seamlessly create work orders, meticulously build out your preventative maintenance plans, manage the equipment history, track your labor, control those spare parts, and most importantly, pull all of that data out so you can analyze your key performance indicators.
And hey, speaking of key performance indicators, there is one absolute holy grail metric you need to know about: the planned maintenance percentage, or PMP. A true world-class maintenance organization is always targeting about 85% planned work. That leaves just 15% for those unplanned reactive emergencies. Analyzing KPIs like your PMP helps you spot trends, it proves the sheer value of your planning department, and it visibly drives continuous improvement across the entire plant.
But remember, PMP is just one piece of the puzzle. By rigorously tracking a full dashboard of KPIs, like equipment availability, mean time between failures, and mean time to repair, you start to see the whole picture. You'll be looking at schedule compliance, your maintenance backlog, overtime percentage, and the actual maintenance cost per asset. Doing this gives you the hard, undeniable data that plant management needs to optimize performance and, let's be real, justify your budgets. Now, all of these skills, they get put to the ultimate test during major overhauls and shutdowns. During these massive, high-stakes events, your ability to develop work breakdown structures, plan for contingencies, and maintain crystal-clear communication across operations, engineering, safety teams, and outside contractors, well, that's going to be the main factor in minimizing the duration of that outage. And honestly, your clear communication and leadership skills here are just as critical as your technical knowledge. If you really want to reach that top-tier expert level and ensure you're operating at a globally recognized standard, you've got to read up on international standards. Familiarize yourself with the best practices from the Society for Maintenance and Reliability Professionals, or SMRP. Check out ISO 55000 for asset management and ISO 14224 for reliability and maintenance data. When you combine those global standards with your specific OEM manuals and your own plant procedures, your knowledge base becomes absolutely bulletproof.
All right, bringing it home with Section 5, your ultimate learning roadmap, the blueprint to mastery.
If you want to systematically build yourself into an expert maintenance planner, just follow these 5 strategic steps. Step 1, build your foundation. You've got to master those mechanical, electrical, and instrumentation basics. Step 2, master planning. Get incredibly good at work order creation, resource planning, and scheduling. Step 3, advance to reliability. That means learning predictive maintenance, root cause analysis, and failure modes. Step 4, conquer the software. Become the ultimate power user in SAP PM, Primavera P6, and Advanced Excel. And finally, Step 5, ascend to management. Take charge of cost control, KPI analysis, risk management, and really step into a true leadership role.
It is definitely a challenging path, but it is also an incredibly rewarding one that literally makes you the most vital person in the entire plant. So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. Are you ready to eliminate the chaos and finally become the true architect of reliability at your facility? The blueprint is right here waiting for you. Get out there, start mastering these steps, and absolutely transform the way your plant operates.